went from brilliant scientist to inhuman Kryptonian imposter. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we will explore the comic book origins of Hank Henshaw, otherwise known as Cyborg Superman. As with most comic book characters, there are often reimaginings and different versions to a character's past. We've chosen to primarily follow the storyline that unfolded in 1990's Adventures of Superman number 466, which was then expanded upon in 1993's issue number 500. Once a NASA astronaut, Hank Henshaw was introduced as one of 4 team members. This included his wife, Terry, and also Jim and Steven, who were all part of a mission aboard the doomed space shuttle Excalibur. Their mission became deadly when their craft was hit by a solar flare, which irradiated the shuttle and caused it to crash land. As a result, the radiation caused the bodies of Jim and Steven to be all but completely destroyed, though they did not perish. While Steven reformed himself out of cosmic radiation, Jim did the same from material he found in and around the wreckage. Meanwhile, Hank and his wife appeared to have emerged relatively unscathed, though Hank's hair had turned white. Since the shuttle experiment had been funded by LexCorp, they decided to travel to Metropolis to try to use the LexCorp facilities to find a cure for their worsening conditions. This led to a battle with the LexCorp sentries, and when Superman arrived, he mistook the crew for a supervillain team. However, Hank managed to explain that their mutations had been the result of an incident in space when conducting a top-secret experiment. This caused Superman to wonder if he was at fault for the solar flare, having dropped his Kryptonian foe, the Eradicator, into the sun just days earlier. Following this, Hank found his body had begun to decay rapidly. The rest of the crew wasn't faring any better. While his wife phased into an alternate dimension, Steven went insane and flew into the sun. While Hank and Superman managed to use LexCorp technology to save his wife Terry, the other remaining crew member committed suicide in an MRI machine, using it to destroy his new metal body. As Hank's own body was now completely disintegrating, he managed to transfer his mind into the LexCorp mainframe. As this granted him the ability to control technology, he took on a new robotic body. Traumatizing his wife with his reformation as a machine, she, like the other crewmates before her, also committed suicide. Now the sole survivor of the Excalibur mission, Hank used NASA communications technology to transport his mind into Superman's birthing matrix in orbit. This was the piece of technology that had carried Superman from Krypton as a child. Using it, Hank ventured into deep space. Over time, he came to believe that Superman was directly responsible for the Excalibur tragedy, discovering that Superman had indeed thrown the rogue Kryptonian artificial intelligence, the Eradicator, into the sun. Becoming delusional and paranoid, he planned to return to Earth to kill Superman. However, when he did return, Superman was already dead from his battle with Doomsday. As a result, he decided to use the Kryptonian birthing matrix to create genetic material for himself that was identical to that of Superman, which gave him all of Superman's powers. Posing as Superman back on Earth, he claimed that his cyborg components were the result of his fight with Doomsday. Hank introduced himself to the population of Earth by destroying Superman's memorial plaque in front of the Daily Planet. He then performed many heroic deeds, causing the President of the United States to eventually endorse him as the true Superman. Taking on the title the Man of Tomorrow, his arrival turned out to be simultaneous with the arrival of other Supermen, spurring a battle for the Superman role. Following all of this, the real Superman returned, forcing many confrontations between himself and his cyborg doppelganger. Since then, Cyborg Superman has also gone on to be the main adversary of the Green Lantern Corps, appearing in various comic issues as well as in several DC-based video games. Are you a fan of this mechanical and deadly Superman imposter? For more informative comic book origins, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
Kneel before me.